Good morning, Buck Osmond, Collier RV, Rockford, Illinois. I do not mind doing this walk around because it is very nice today and it has been cold lately. This is a 2025 Gray Wolf Black Label 18 RRBL. All right, up front here, 2 5/16 ball, electric tongue jack. If it ever fails, you'll always be able to manually override. You'll never be stuck on or off the truck. Two 20-pound LP tanks. I know it probably only cost a couple bucks, but I definitely appreciate the spot to hang the chains and the plug. Notice there's an area for 2 batteries here. That is the heart of the rig. Everything in there in one way or another is powered by those batteries or battery. So if you plan on doing any sort of boondocking, double up the heart size. Just make it easier on yourself. Black Label, you have a fiberglass skin. You have tankless hot water heater. The dry weight is 4,727 pounds at 24 foot 1 inch long. Nice dark tinted windows, frameless as well. Cable connection, freshwater fill station for boondocking, city connection. Put that brass fitting, that 90-degree brass fitting on there that takes away from the torque on this so it doesn't end up breaking. Black tank flush, there's no battery on board, but outdoor light for if you were hooking up or using the dump station at night. Hot and cold shower. Definitely appreciate the fact that everything's consolidated right here. Your dump station, you got your black and your gray. Black is toilet only, gray is your sinks and your showers. When you hook up your hose, make sure you pull the black first and then wash out the hose with the gray water. Dual axle, these little deals right here, when they're green, you know you have proper PSI. If you lose PSI, that's really tight. If you lose PSI, it'll show red. So that's a nice little deal there whenever you're stopping to make sure your PSI is correct. Off-road tires, you do have your power service right there. Furnace connection, or furnace exhaust I mean. Make sure you get those little screens for the mud daubers or the mice. True exhaust on the stove. You do have full gutters running both sides, trying to collect as much water as possible that's running off. An area for your dump hose. Stabilizer jacks, front and rear, they are manual. I prefer it that way. You do have a higher ride height on this trailer, so do make sure you have the appropriate dunnage. That way you don't have to extend those all the way out. Your back deck, there is a canvas awning that goes on there. You do have a backup camera. You do have the railings so that this can be a patio with railings. LED light there in the rear as well. If you guys got a dog, it's screwed into the frame. Nice big electric awning. I appreciate that it's black because it's easier to keep clean. And again, definitely some windows on the rig. Outdoor entertainment, again, cable connection, power for the outdoor TV. So say you set up a table here, you put the TV right there, set up a table, ice maker, entertain with the friends and family. Quick connection for your LP for those 20-pound tanks to hook up a griddle or a grill. This is that canvas for the back patio, and I'm not sure what that is. There's solar controls. You have one 100-watt panel up top. Your storage, 30 amp service, solid steps. When you get in, you have the cushions for the bench. And then you have your bed up here, east to west. Storage above. Storage on the side. More TV connections if you wanted to have a TV here. And then you have a little inverter for, like, say, a CPAP machine. You have your toilet, stand-up shower, bowl-style sink, controls for your Insta-Hot, medicine cabinet, Big Max air fan, all in one. And then again, right by the door here, you have your water heater, tank heaters, main lights, conversion lights. This would be why the batteries would be dead. And your awning switch. Spare tire, right down there, that red switch, that's your master disconnect. Right here is telling what's going on with solar. Pantry on board, nice touch. Then you have 2, 4, 6 points contact. And again, this bench, you can either take this bench out very easily, it just slides right out, or else you can have it set up against the wall, or else you can have it set up for additional sleeping surface. You do have a sub in the roof plus speakers for your entertainment. Again, another TV connection that I would recommend putting on a swivel bracket. This is your furnace controls. Your air conditioning controls, because it is a smaller trailer, are going to be right there on the AC. This part, this is a 12-volt compressor fridge. So long story short, because it doesn't have the LP system, it has 1/3 more depth, more storage. It does cool down faster. It doesn't humidity or sweat as much. And long story short, you won't see two-way fridges anymore. It's very rare. Your breaker box down there. You got your 3-burner stove. A lot of manufacturers are getting rid of the oven, so they're giving you a convection microwave. And it does have an air fryer. I don't necessarily know how it works, but that's interesting. And then you have good storage up here. You have your radio. Solid countertops. Very aggressive metal sink. You got a cutting board. You got a cup washer. You got a vegetable rack. You got all sorts of fun stuff. Soap dispenser. Want to give you that residential fit and feel. A little bit of storage below. And I know I move a lot, so let me give you kind of a pass. You have your patio. And this will hold, I believe, 1,000 pounds. It says it somewhere in there. So, as a ramp, never exceed 3,000 pounds. As a patio, never exceed 1,000 pounds. And then, obviously, the additional sleeping surface, multiple windows, carpetless unit. And I do not see any issues. I hope you like it. Thank you very much and have a great day.